All right, sweet. Well, I appreciate you passing it off. And a couple of you on here I've bribed to get here or um, nagged you. So appreciate you guys being on here. And just felt like it was important as a potential opportunity to just kind of talk more about the nutrition towards more of the male species and kind of take our shot at relaying kind of our experiences and our journey through when I was introduced to this. So part of my opportunity this evening is just kind of share how we got into eating this nutrition, and really kind of twofold. Talk about the nutrition part and how we've value that as in our family, but also as it comes to maybe the business side and just some opportunities there. And so just to kind of backdate the story, about 3.5, maybe 3+ years ago, living in Lexington, when I was at Washington and Lee as the head coach, Carlo was introduced to Juice Plus by our friend Jen Stifler. And I remember walking in the house and Carlo telling us that this is something that we're going to start eating. And I said, cool. I just so happened to be in a pill form or a gummy form. And so really never had any doubts about that, because if you know my wife, you know she's very intelligent. She's beautiful. So that's one of the check marks of being able to mention that tonight, is to check that off the list. But I was never really a skeptic about it. I can tell you I'm not smart enough to explain the biology of it or the intricacies of it. I can only kind of relay how I feel by taking it over the last 3 years. And part of that is always kind of the results that you look for. And I've definitely found, especially my last 2 or 3 times to the doctor for just normal checkups, my numbers, whether it's cholesterol, good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, blood pressure, all those numbers have looked great. And I really kind of tack that up to, again, part of our diet, but part of our nutrition that we've really kind of encompassed. And I've had back pain that has gone. I used to have allergies, and I'd wake up with bloody noses in Lexington, and all those are gone. And I certainly think that JP had a significant factor. But also, when I came home, she shared that she was going to be diving into a Juice Plus franchise. And on that end, I was very skeptical, and really, honestly, was very skeptical for about 1.5 years. Finally went with her to one of their conferences down in Georgia, and really wanted to open my eyes to the community and why she was so happy, and why this was something that was impacting her in a positive way. But also, when it came to the business side, I was really interested in learning more about the model, because my experience had been, with some of these positions. When I was younger in college, I go to the gym, and these 2 guys would kind of seek me out and talk to me about their business and selling something that I had no idea what exactly they were trying to sell. They were trying to sell me on it. And in a way, in my head, it was a pyramid scheme. And, those have not gotten a good name over the years. And so that was the hesitancy. It was almost like cringeworthy when Carla told me she was going to kind of go down this path, because not that I didn't think she could do it or didn't believe in her or didn't support her, but that's kind of what I knew of the business. And so my eyes were opened up when we made that trip. And that really kind of got the wheels turning. I wouldn't say that it totally got me in motion, but it definitely made sense. And I saw a different perspective and really started to kind of understand. And then to kind of wrap it all up, as we all have probably done over the last 4 months, reflection has been a huge, huge part of this pandemic for us as a family, and for me personally. And being able to sit and kind of think, and all these articles that I'm reading right now, listen, you got 3 options. You got the wear your mask, social distance, and wait for a vaccine, or hope for a vaccine. So there's a lot of unknowns, and that's scary. But I kind of thought, hey, I'm in athletics. I was a former athlete, a college coach. The competitive drive is always there. And it's like, well, how can I beat this? How can my family fight this? And, lucky for us, we already have been. And building an immune system that, hey, if we were to get sick, we don't have any fret because we feel like we, have put ourselves in a good position. There's no miracle word on the bottle. There's no guarantee that this is going to fight off this, but it's not just the pandemic. It's other viruses, inflammation. And again, somebody much smarter can share, that part in just a little bit. But that was really my experience with it. And so as we carry over to today, I definitely got in the motivation from Carla, and finally kind of just said, hey, you know what, I'll be glad to kind of share and get the ball rolling and invite some folks and also some people that again may be interested. And I think this is something that may interest you either on the nutrition side or on the business side. I think those really today is just about putting that on the table to try and pique some interest. And if you're interested, great. And if not, no worries. Part of our recruiting spiel is we're not salesmen, because I think salesmen don't take no for an answer. And you know what? Sometimes it's okay to take no for an answer because the yes people, the people who believe in what you're doing, are certainly the people you want to surround yourself with. And so, that I think is why, again, I'm encouraged by, moving forward in a positive direction. And it's something to do with my wife that, we can both chat about and fight over and argue over and what to say and what not to say. So that's really all I had this evening, and just hopefully just some highlights of our experiences with it, both on the nutrition side and from the business perspective of how I see it. So I'm gonna let my man, the Bees, our associate head coach, I'm gonna let him share just briefly his experience with it, because we have coaxed him into taking it now for a few years, and I'm sure he's going to say exactly what I said. Carla told him to take it. She's pretty persuasive, but I'll let him kind of speak on that.
Yeah, you stole my punchline. That was going to be my joke, that the only reason why I started taking is because Carla told me to, and you don't tell Carla no. So that's really just how I got into it. She was like, "This stuff's really good. You should take it." And certainly when she got into it and explained to me why it's great for you, and certainly I gained a much more of an understanding for it. And really, my story is kind of, I guess, not really unique, but it's different because I'm a single male living downtown. So like, I'll be honest, like I don't eat very well, especially as a baseball coach recruiting. There's probably too many weeks where I'm eating too much fast food, just to be honest. But at least I think this was the most appealing thing about Juice Plus was I knew with this I was getting my daily fruits and veggies, and I'm one that is really, really bad about that if it wasn't for this. So before Carla, we talked about it. It's been probably over 2 years now. Before that, my eating habits were quite honestly very poor. And I think since then, just with more education, I've tried to be more aware of what I'm eating outside of just Juice Plus. But I know that especially just the last month, with everything going on, we've been on the road a lot recruiting. I know that I have not really a fallback, but I know that I'm still taking care of my body because I'm getting the essentials that I need through Juice Plus. And also just the passion that they, both Lucas and Carla, have just for their family. Their kids are on it. I've watched their kids grow up basically on it for the last 3 years. And the health, just the passion they have for health. My sister takes Juice Plus. He has a 2-year-old that takes the gummies that he loves. I sit there, he would eat the whole bag, like he loves them. And again, it's just kind of that peace of mind knowing that this is something that's healthy, and he can sit there and eat them all day long, and it's just nothing but great for him. So I know, and the fact that he just really enjoys them. And then just from briefly the business side of it, this is something that very new to Lucas, kind of talked me into it here the last couple months, and mainly just with a lot of uncertainty in the workplace right now. This is something that I've kind of come around to and seeing a lot more of a future in, just kind of something that I can kind of help pass the message to people that are close to my life, and again, not be a salesman, but just kind of pass along my story to them. And just one more little plug, because Lucas left this out of his field, but every year we go and we do our checkups and we get our vitals and our numbers together. And every year I beat him. And I think Juice Plus is a big part of that, of why I have taken him over. So we have a little bit of a competition this year too. So, but yeah, I appreciate you letting me share. So hopefully I crushed it.
What Bees didn't add is that he has a bike, a nice high-tech bike in his apartment. Um, yeah, he's not going to show it. I won't embarrass him too much, but that's a big reason why the numbers have jumped quite significantly in the last few years. Next, I'm going to just kind of pass it off to Mark. Mark is a two-time CEO and is currently a private equity strategy advisor. So I spilled all that out without stumbling over my words. So, Mark, you got the Zoom show, man.
Great. Thank you. So, I think if we're covering both the nutrition and the business side of it, I will be, completely transparent that, I started off, probably skeptical to highly skeptical years ago when my wife got into this, and, through some persuasion from her sister-in-law. And, for me, where it turned was really going back to the product. And I think you can look for both the business and, the health of this is, I started really diving into trying to understand to some degree what the product was all about. And, when I see the depth of the research they've done, the history of, where these products come from, how diligent they've been about the sourcing of the products, and just all that goes into developing the quality of this product. I really started to change my mind about the brand and the depth of the product. And I treated it somewhat like I treat my business. Is you go back and you look at the type of product, the quality of product, and frankly the people surrounding the product. And I consistently saw positive stories and results around this product, both from the people that were taking it and the impacts it had on their lives and family, but also the business side of this. So and personally, a combination of wanting to work out and continue to swim and do the things I like to do. Managing a stressful lifestyle, both in the office and at home, and just age in general. And I consistently feel great. And then combining that, just looking at the track record my family's had of really limited, if not almost never going to the doctor for 3 kids. So, we consistently see a healthy lifestyle and good feedback from the product. So, I personally, and then you see other people's reaction and other families' reaction around this product are very good. So kind of jumping around, I was able to go to a conference last year, and, I've been to hundreds of business conferences, and, they range from really bad to really great. And I think when you go to a great conference, it's around a great product and great people. And I don't know how many people are down there, but it really blew me away on the amount of people that attended that conference, really just to center around this one product. And I was pretty impressed. And I left there highly impressed about the company and the people they were bringing around this model. I think it's unfortunate that the term pyramid scheme is used, and I think it's easy to default to that because it's a term people know. And so I thought a lot about what do you call this? What's the immediate response when someone says that's a pyramid scheme? Is how do you diffuse that? And I think from a business standpoint, it's really a leverage model. And you need to, as you grow your business, you need to leverage yourself out by hiring more people and extending your network. And that's really the opposite of a pyramid scheme. So, I think I'm going to start using that when people throw a pyramid scheme at me, and start talking about the positive nature of a leverage model in building a business. And, I encourage people to think about the differences in those two models, and how, one has a very negative feeling on the street, where one can be very positive. So, I'll summarize. I really appreciate joining. It's a track record of success for our family. I think the business side of it has given my wife tremendous freedom. I think she feels a personal accountability to this business, which has been, really rewarding for her and now for us. So, I do think the business model works. And, I just encourage it. I'm a big believer and a big fan. So, I think, Travis, I'm gonna encourage my brother-in-law and I are now gonna do our check-ins together, and we'll start a competition of our own, like you and Travis, and we'll see how that goes. But I think I get to hand this over to my handsome brother-in-law. And Sean, I appreciate letting me join. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Can everybody hear me? Good. I didn't think I was going to make it tonight. I was asked to pre-record. I just got off the field of a 9U baseball game where we lost 18-6. And that's about as close as we've gotten all year. So we'll call that a win. But obviously one of the hardest things I've had to do during COVID time, for certain. So, but thank you, Lucas. Thank you for having me on. And if you're on this call right now, then you're on it because someone cares about you and certainly is looking for to help benefit you and your family. And good to hear from Mark. And there aren't many people I know smarter than Mark, and for him to legitimize the business side of it. I want to come back. I'm going to come to it from a little bit different perspective and kind of explain to you why this just kind of works for my family and for our lifestyle, to be quite honest with you. Like everybody on this call, I came in skeptical, kicking and screaming. And about 7 years ago was the first time I'd heard about Juice Plus. Didn't feel like we needed more vitamins, didn't feel like we needed more of anything. And my wife had a great job. Things were great at VCU. Everything was great. And so for me, I just really didn't feel like I needed to add anything into our life. And what a mistake that was. Now that we've been with the company now for 3 or 4 years, knowing that I missed out on those first couple years is really, really quite disappointing. I'm not going to talk at all about the nutrition side. If you're on this call, you need to take it. You need to be taking. There's no reason why you wouldn't. The science. Every time I hear people talk about the studies and it's just one of those things for me, like the benefits I've received, our family has received, just need to take it. And that's just quite simple of what it is. And I hear people say, well, it's too many pills, it's too many capsules. Well, how many pills do you think you got to take if you have diabetes? Like if you get later in life and we start to all, go downhill from our health perspective, pills are going to be part of it. And I think the next craze as we come out of this pandemic is going to be health prevention. And Juice Plus is on the front end of that from that standpoint. So I came into this, like I said, kicking and screaming on the front end. I got here forcefully through one of the biggest health scares, scariest times in my family's life, which was the birth of my baby daughter, Penn, who was born with a congenital heart defect and congenital heart disease. And as we were getting ready to bring baby Penn home, we realized that our life was going to change on how we were going to be able to protect this child because she was so immune compromised. And at that point, my wife had really came to me with the science and why we needed to be on Juice Plus, but also came to me with the fact that she didn't want to go back to work, that we had a sick baby. And at that point, she needed to be home to take care of that child. And I was completely on board with it. And little did I know the impact that was going to have on our family. I mean, Jen had to walk away from a 6-figure with huge bonus pharmaceutical job to jump into really nothing at Juice Plus. And over 3 years, she's made all that back plus some with benefits at the top of her company. But beyond that part, why does it work for me and why does it work for our family? Quite simple. I've done baseball for 20 years, guys. I've sat in the hot sun in the summertime when my kids are out of school. I've sat next to most of you guys. We've been bored out of our minds. We've been talking about, wishing we could see our family more, wishing we could be here, we could do this more, wishing we could have a hobby, wishing we could do all these things. And a few years ago, when Jen presented this opportunity to me, we just decided to flip everything around. At that point, I was working and trying to shape my family around my work schedule. And we decided that we were going to flip everything upside down to where we were going to start including our family. And because of Jen's ability through Juice Plus, we now have the time, flexibility, and freedom for our family to be a part of my everyday schedule. And now when we travel in the springtime, when I'm recruiting, it's not uncommon for me to bring the family with me. My son has gone to several away trips and stayed in hotel rooms with me. My family travels a lot of times on the road. And the whole time we're doing this, Jen's paycheck's increasing, to be quite honest with you. She continues to make more money. And it's a scenario that we now have the ability to shape everything we want to do from our hopes and our dreams. We can shape that around our family and no longer have to shape our family around our work. And that was really the big piece for me is after my baby Penn got sick and we were able to bring her home, we just decided to look at our professions differently. And that's what Juice Plus has done. And like Mark and Lucas has said, I've been with the company now in some fashion for 3 to 4 years. I've been amazed. Every company and every diet thing that you ever hear about, health thing, tells you to take things away. Well, all Juice Plus has done is added to my life. It's added friendship. It's added flexibility. It's added freedom, and it's added a lifestyle that I 2 or 3 years ago was hoping to have, and now currently can do. And things have just become even more magnified through the pandemic, to be quite honest with you. It's just all the decisions we made 4 to 5 years ago just made sense. And as I start to learn more and I do get closer to retirement age, I start to realize that I do want a couple passive pieces of income coming in, that I just don't want to rely on my 401k and whatever I have at the end of my retirement. I want to continue to make money and I want to retire well. And that's one thing Juice Plus has offered us is the ability to live well. So for me, it's a no-brainer. It's not for everybody, and it's probably not for a lot of people on this call. The nutrition side is. The nutrition side you can't hide from. And for a few dollars a day, which we pay for a cup of coffee, you could literally get 30 fruits and vegetables, and everybody needs that right now, no question about it. But it's much more than that to me. It has become a lifestyle, and it's something that I can't thank my wife enough for. And I get to share and do this now with great friends, with family, and with Mark and Lucas and Bees, and there's nothing better than that. So, guys, I do appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. I could talk all night about this company because there's so many different avenues, from nutrition to the business side to just the lifestyle side, which Mark and I live. We live the lifestyle. So, but thank you, Lucas. Thank you for having me on, and great to see everybody. I hope everybody is safe and doing well, that your families are strong, and certainly want to catch up soon. Thank you.
Steph, thanks, brother. Listen, man, losing 18-6, that's all about coaching.
No doubt.
All about coaching.
My streak, I picked up right where I let off. My streak continues.
Yeah. No, sorry, the baby is screaming in the background. Usually I'm not on these things. I'm the baby aficionado. But now that I'm on this thing, I'm a little like, what do I do? Do I let the baby scream or yell or what? So I would tell Carla to go get him, but she's on, that's usually what her barking order to me is. But so lastly, I just kind of want to pass it off. As I said in my kind of talk, listen, I'm not smart enough, but my wife is. This is her passion. She is a registered nurse. She went to nursing school at UVA. She won't tell you that, though. And she just has so much has so much passion and understanding of the science and how the body works. And so I'm just going to let her kind of wrap this up quickly with just some information. And then as things kind of wind down and there's more interest maybe on an individual's part, please reach out, to anybody who is speaking tonight or Carla, so that we can kind of get you some more info or talk to you a little bit more about it. So Carla, I'll let you finish.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, we're kind of in a holding pattern of, I can't go get the baby because I'm getting ready to talk. You can't go get the baby because you're talking. So he's just in his bed screaming, you guys, right now. He'll be okay. Well, and don't worry, you guys, I'm not going to bore you tonight with going through every minutia bit of detail on what Juice Plus is. I have been given strict orders from Lucas. Keep it simple. Men don't care. Keep it quick. But I do want to be able to share with you guys more about this and what this is. And so obviously, you've heard all of these incredible stories. Thank you so much, guys, for just sharing, where you were, where you are now, why you guys are such big fans of, not only the nutrition, but the mission side as well. And so I wanted to just take a few minutes and share a little bit about, okay, well, what is Juice Plus and how is it unique? And Juice Plus is the nutrition from 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries, as well as an additional 5 omegas. And our entire product line is 5 items that all have to deal with food or growing food. And it's as simple as that. It's nutrition that is grown to the peak ripeness. It has been pulverized, not just juiced, but actually pulverized, the entire fruit, the entire piece of produce. And then the water and the sugar are extracted, and what's left are the phytonutrients, all of those plant nutrients that they dry into a powder form and put into capsules or chewables. And as well as a protein shake that gives you 13 grams of protein. It's all plant-based, all gluten-free, dairy-free. Everything is 100% vegan, and it's all made with non-GMO ingredients. And the number one thing, you guys, is this is not a multivitamin. It is actual food. It is just food. It comes with a nutrition label like you would find on a bag of broccoli in the store. And the second thing is it's NSF certified. So that is a third party that actually comes in and tests Juice Plus to show that what is on the label, what we say is in this, is actually there, nothing more, nothing less. You're hard pressed to find any nutritional products like this that has this kind of certification. And what you know that you have is good nutrition that doesn't have any type of banned substances, pesticides, herbicides, heavy metals, no contaminants, and it's also safe for professional and Olympic athletes with our NSF Sports certified capsules. And then the third thing is that it's the most researched nutritional product in the world. And it has now over 40 clinical research studies behind it. And it's the research that truly has attracted thousands of doctors into our business and into our mission, because they simply read the research and it's irrefutable in showing what it does for heart health, for lung health, for inflammation, for decreasing inflammation, for supporting an immune system. I mean, we're all looking for ways to support a healthy immune system right now. And then, I mean, a lot of you guys that are on are involved in some way with athletics. Not everybody, but a lot of you are. Well, I mean, 2 of the number one things that athletes deal with are inflammation and oxidative stress. And we know that this helps to decrease both of those from the research, as well as tons of other things. And I love what Dr. Richard Du Bois says. There truly is nothing else available any place in the world that comes with or without a prescription that has been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus has been proven to do. And you guys too, we've talked a lot about what this business model has been able, to help us on a personal level and our families accomplish. And it truly is because our business model is unique. It is a franchise, just like you would find a Chick-fil-A or a Dick's Sporting Goods franchise. That is what Juice Plus is. And it costs $52 a year to own your own franchise. That is it. $52 a year. That's $1 a week. And you're able to work from anywhere. Like I said, you're working with a very small focused product line, 5 products total, and you're helping to build a residual income. And the fact that you can do this on your own terms, so part-time, full-time. A lot of people, when we first got started, this was not something that I had intended to do, but it made sense because we wanted to eat the nutrition. Being the mom, the wife, the woman, the nutrition is what pulled me in, and being able to care for my family adequately, that is what pulled me in. And I simply wanted to just pay that forward to people in our lives that I cared about. And I just thought, well, it makes sense to be able to offset or cover the cost of our product. And that's what a lot of people do. They simply want to eat Juice Plus essentially for free for the rest of their lives. And that's okay. And it's like Sean said, this may not be for everybody on the call. That is okay. It's not for everyone. But I can tell you what it has done for us in being able to create that residual income, to make decisions that are best for our family, not because we have to determine what is best that we can afford to do financially. And there's no glass ceiling. There is no glass ceiling on what you can earn in this company. And at the upper leadership levels, you're actually given a business investment bonus, which is essentially free money back into your paycheck every month to invest back into your business in any way that you see fit. And it also comes with a benefits package. Well, there we go. And so this is what you can get. You're talking a corporate level benefits package. So medical, dental, vision, life insurance, chiropractic care, long-term disability, college tuition assistance. I don't know, I keep getting assured that, quite honestly, men don't care about nutrition. What you care about is providing for your family. And that's extremely respectable. And I don't know if you may come into this call thinking or having ever had the thought of, man, I would love to do something different. But I can't leave my job. I have the benefits. Or I would love to change career paths and I can't because I hold the benefits. I've had so many conversations with people where benefits are what hold them back from truly following whatever dreams or whatever path in life they feel called to, because they don't have benefits. And so the fact that this company, and I don't know if Sean shared, him and Jen are experiencing this and have been for well over a year. They get to experience the benefits package because Jen reached the top of the company in 2 years. I'm just a few levels away from being able to provide that for my family, to be able to just give us more options, to allow us the freedom to make decisions for what is best for our family and not what we have to do. And then lastly, I just wanted to be able to give, a quick show of what the possibilities are. This is our entire marketing plan in a nutshell. There, you can earn from a partner all the way up to a national marketing director to a presidential marketing director, over $100,000 in just bonus money. That doesn't include your actual paycheck. That's all bonus money. And again, starting at the qualifying national marketing director is where you can start earning the benefits package. And that is incredible. The freedom and being able to go after the things that you want and that you desire, based on having that freedom, has been extremely rewarding, personally for Lucas and I, and then I know for everybody that shared tonight and for their families. So, I don't know where this may lead you. What it has done for us has just been giving us freedom. I know Lucas didn't share a lot of more of our family story, but I will say that little one that's sitting in his lap right now is a yes that we got to say because we said yes to this mission and this business. It gave us that financial freedom to feel like we could say yes to adding another member of our family. So, for a lot of people, it may not be another baby. For some people, it may not be, being able to take your child with you to work. It may be, being able to retire early. It may be giving more generously to the causes that you are passionate about. It may be being able to take a career change or simply take a vacation every year without worry. I don't know what it could be for you. But, you know, I just appreciate Lucas wanting to simply pay forward to the men out there to help you to understand, you know, hey, I 100% agree with what Sean said. Every person should be eating this nutrition. There is no doubt about it. It's too affordable and has way too much science behind it for us not to be eating it. And the mission, you know, the mission can be whatever you want it to be. It can be whatever you desire for it to be. But I encourage you, if you have, you know, a significant other, you know, again, I know y'all may not be totally enthralled with the nutrition, but if that part still makes sense, you know, we're happy to connect with anybody that wants to learn more, and we can share, you know, more one-on-one what this looks like, what the nutrition looks like, what the business looks like. We're happy to answer questions. And if you happen to be watching this recording, get back to the person that invited you here. Like Sean said, you got on here and you're watching this because somebody cares about you and feels like you deserve to know more about this. So we just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to be on tonight, to hear more. And if you want to learn more, please reach out and we're happy to share more information with you. But thank you for taking the time tonight. Thank you. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys on the other side.